Can we move the hell on already? You two have been arguing about Heartfelt 5 for the past 30 minutes. Let's just drop it in D tier so we can move the fuck on.
Yeah, sure, whatever. Let's move on to an album that actually matters. Sleepy Joe can enjoy being the only person in America who loves Heartfelt 5.
Shut the hell up. Donald Heartfelt 5 is the quintessential modern-day Little Zechariah album.
Thank God. All right, moving on to Heartfelt 2. To be completely honest, I'm not too fond of this one. It's not as memorable as his earlier works. But what's your guys' thoughts?
Agreed. Easy D tier. This album is so bad, so bad.
Are you fucking kidding me, D tier? While this isn't peak Little Zechariah content, you can't deny that Like Shit is a fucking banger. Two Asian Hoes is not bad either. And you can't forget Where'd My Pants Go 4, which is a great entry in the iconic Where'd My Pants Go series.
Here we go with Joe defending another old piece of crap. Like Shit is fantastic, but what about the other songs on this shitty fucking project? Everything else is low-effort garbage and a disgrace to the then legendary Heartfelt series. And why the hell did he have to make another Where'd My Pants Go? Every single one after the first one is terrible, and the first one wasn't even that good in the first place. This is D tier, so bad.
Yeah, I'm actually going to have to agree with Donald on this one. Sorry, Joe. But I'll put it in C tier, because Like Shit is litty on a stack.
Whatever, I can't fucking win with you two.
All right, next is Mr. Love Magnet 2. I think this is a pretty clear cut. A tier.
A tier, really? Have you two lost your fucking minds? Don't tell me you two actually find this piece of shit listenable.
Fuck you, Donald. This album is a classic. Sleep Tight Tonight is one of Little Zechariah's most deep and meaningful tracks. And from track 6 on is nothing but slappers. The romantic and respectful Belle Delphine, This Is Dedicated to You, is a beautiful tribute to one of America's darlings, and X Videos shows his candidness to his pornography obsession. Same goes for Not Ashamed at All. He literally says that he watches porn until his eyes drop. How fucking honest can you be? And you can't forget his legendary ending verse on the intro closing all the doors. I remember the first time I fucking heard it, and I was blown the fuck away. It's still a disgrace that he wasn't signed by OVO after dropping this magnum opus.
Holy fucking shit, of course your geriatric ass would like this sleep-inducing piece of crap. The song dedicated to Belle Delphine is embarrassing, and his delusions on my harem are fucking atrocious. And what the hell is his obsession with fleshlights and pornography on this fucking album? We have 3 tracks going into explicit detail about his sexual fantasies, and it's stomach-churning. Have you seen the fucking videos of him with nut on his walls? And have you seen his goddamn bed, Joe? How the hell can you listen to these lyrics and not want to kill yourself?
I don't really see the goddamn problem. The songs are entertaining as hell regardless of the subject matter. And I actually find the subject matter enjoyable anyway. And Zech's public life and personal hygiene cannot be factored into the quality of the album. Seriously, how the fuck can you not like lyrics such as even though I own a pocket pussy and a fleshlight, and even though I be using it at night, I really do it because I be horny in sight. I mean, that shit is fucking fire no cap and is a beautiful use of imagery. Where else are you going to hear a man spill his heart about his deepest desires like this?
Holy shit, what about lyrics like feeling like I can just jizz on a ton of chicks and not feel ashamed even if they don't know my name? I feel like, damn, I could have flown a plane crashed into a couple towers, man. I ain't the same. Are you fucking serious with this level of lyricism? You'd have to be as ancient and brain dead as Sleepy Joe to be able to sit through this horse shit.
Okay, shut the hell up. I think we can all be happy with a B tier.
Fine, you two perverted fucks can stay being the only people who marvel at this divine piece of crap.
Shut the fuck up.
Calm the fuck down, both of you. All right, next is Loverboy, and I gotta say, this is an absolute classic front to back. I still find myself replaying one of his best songs to date, Asian Girls 3, over and over again with Michelle and the kids up in the Oval Office. Goddamn, I miss the good old days when this was first released. However, I sadly do have to condemn his racist, deplorable, and flat-out disgraceful description of Asian women on that specific track. He states that they have fat asses, big titties, and that their culture is full of anime and hentai, which of course is ridiculous. I have no clue what he was thinking when he wrote those lyrics, but that's fine. I still give this record an A tier for nostalgia alone. Even Zech's degeneracy cannot ruin my enjoyment of this seminal album.
I wholeheartedly agree. Finally, onto an actual great record. For once in his career, Little Zechariah comes through with an enjoyable album, front to back. Playing with My Heart and Mind games are fantastic. And who can forget Feels Like the 80s? It's so good, so good. Easy S tier.
S tier? Are you fucking retarded, Donald? This isn't any higher than C tier. The whole concept of Loverboy is so goddamn ridiculous, and the album cover is laughable. Are we really supposed to believe that Zech played and recorded acoustic fucking guitar on this? Are we even sure he knows how to read? And are you conveniently ignoring the absolute nonsense on the 2 fucking skits on this record? What the hell was he even trying to say on You Don't Need Money to Have a Good Time?
His diatribe regarding United States currency is wildly entertaining and something only the rich could relate to. I didn't expect broke boys such as yourself to understand such poetry anyway.
I can meet you guys in the middle and put this in A. I really do think it's a great record and has some of my favorite tracks of his career.
Fine, what the fuck ever, I don't even care anymore.
Okay, next is the freestyle mixtape. What's your guys' thoughts on this one? I personally think it's a welcome addition to his catalog up to this point, but not as consistent as his other projects. The intro track, Heartbreaker. The rapper was a welcome sight. However, it brings back great memories just hearing that name again. Maybe B tier.
B tier? This is an S tier. Another masterpiece. Tutti Frutti is so good, so good, and Spooky Shit is a great song to follow. Deepest Desires is a personal favorite of mine.
Goddamn, are you gonna suck this man's dick and give him an S tier on every single fucking project? This shit is a piece of hot ass. How can you seriously like anything after Spooky Shit? I did not know. Screw 2019. Keep going. Random Freestyle Part 2. In 5 years, all of those tracks are fucking terrible. This shit is D tier and fucking low at that. I can't even remember what the fuck even happens after Spooky Shit.
That's just your dementia. Everything on this album is peak.
I'm in the middle. I don't think it's nearly as good as Donald says, and not nearly as bad as Joe. Can we just agree on a low B tier?
I tell you, I can accept that. But it deserves higher.
All right, whatever B tier it is. Now we have Sad Hours. Personally, I think this is a giant step down from the freestyle mixtape. None of these songs stick out to me as memorable. Might honestly be worthy of an F tier.
Something I can fucking agree with. This album is dog shit. What the hell was he thinking with some of these songs? Too Young Too? That title makes him sound like a goddamn pedophile, which he fucking is. How the hell can he be so blatant with this shit and expect to get away with it? Even I couldn't fucking do that shit.
Oh, don't act like you're the good guy here, Creepy Joe. We all know you secretly love those tracks. Either way, this shit is another certified S tier. Easiest S tier of my fucking life. This album took the ideas from the freestyle mixtape and created an experience unlike any other Little Zechariah album. And it only took him a month. Honestly, I should have hired Zechariah to build my wall. He would have had that shit up in a week.
Yeah, it took him a month, and it sure fucking shows. How can you even enjoy this album when it has Killing Is Not Okay on it? One of the most contrived and asinine streams of consciousness I've ever fucking heard.
I don't have to agree with everything the man fucking says to enjoy the art, Sleepy Joe. Did you forget that was even possible, or is your dementia acting up again?
Fine, goddamn, just drop it in a tier for fuck's sake.
Calm down, everybody. I'll just drop it in low C tier to make everybody happy, and we can move the hell on. Okay, now we have 21 Forever. Personally, I didn't like this one either. It has bangers such as like Goku, but besides that, it's pretty hit or miss for me. Even like Goku has some questionable bars in it at that, but it's catchy enough for me to look past it.
I agree. And he wasn't even 21 yet when he released this fucking album. Why the hell did he revolve his life and personality around being 21? I will never know. C tier.
Yep, I agree, C tier.
Well, that was easy. Okay, now to the birthday album. I think we all can agree that this is some solid S tier material.
Oh man, what a divine work of art this record turned out to be. How he delivered a perfect and cohesive album after his string of controversies in 2019 should be studied in all history classes across America. Zech directly addressing the infamous Discord incident on tracks like Can't Trust These Nobody and Can't Trust These Hoes was masterful, and his clapback to Ugly God on Money Equals Growth was truly a spectacle. Throw in tracks like Tiger Gang, Player Life, Zechariah Style, Sasuke Uchiha, Real Talk 1 and 2, and East Coast and West Coast. How could you beat such a lineup?
Well, I agree that this record is solid and can admire both of your points. This cannot possibly be S-tier material. The first 11 tracks are heat, but ending with My Dream Day and My Message to You Part 2 is an absolute disgrace to an otherwise great album. And what the fuck was he trying to talk about on Zechariah Style? How the fuck are you supposed to dance like an 80s or a 50s person? It makes no fucking sense. B tier at best.
I see your point, Don, but this album is so much more than the music. The year he went through before this record, and to come out with something this spectacular is something to behold. Arguably his best record during his hardest times, it's truly an inspiration to us all. It defines the American dream, which is what we all, as presidents of the United States of America, stand for. The album is so fantastic that tracks like My Dream Day and My Message to You Part 2 seem like letdowns, even though they would be memorable highlights in most rappers' entire discographies. And yes, that includes Tupac, Biggie, and whoever else you can name. Honestly, this record is so good, it almost convinced me that he was Tupac reincarnated. Hell, maybe even Christ reborn. Either way, it would be a sin not to put it in S tier.
I would lose sleep tonight if this shit was anywhere else but S tier.
I don't think you have to worry about losing your precious nap time, Sleepy Joe.
Thank fucking God, S tier it is. Now, moving on to the Freestyle Mixtape Volume 2. Definitely a letdown from the timeless birthday album, but I still personally really enjoyed it and found it an improvement to the original Freestyle mixtape. But what do you guys think?
This is probably my favorite Zech album post-2020. I had a ton of fun listening to this record, and too find it a massive improvement over the original, which you know I already loved. Lil Zech Lady Lovers and PlayStation Forever brought back the old little Zechariah. And he even threw in Zecco Mode Part 2 and Zootang Forever for good measure. My vote is S tier.
Are you forgetting the century-long Closer freestyle for Zootang, or the multiple unskippable 6-minute cuts throughout the track list, or the incessant delusional bars and low lyrical substance on damn near all the songs?
Are you just reading this shit off of Reddit, Joe? I swear to God, these are the only complaints I ever hear about this album or any in his catalog. No one ever bemoans the narrative, the album art, production, nope. But let's just tear it to shreds over a few long songs. If the only thing keeping you from enjoying this album is having to sit through songs that are over 6 minutes long, that is a you problem.
Joe, to Don's credit, a song's length should not lower its rating. It's about the quality of the track, not its quantity.
But the fucking 15-minute song where he essentially jerks every individual member of the Zootang Clan is useless dribble. There is no quality to that fucking track, and you can't, in good conscience, put this piece of horse shit any higher than B tier.
Fine, we can put it in B tier, just so we can get this over with quicker. On to the final album, Down to Earth. I think this is another pretty good entry. I have no qualms with it in a tier. In my opinion, this is the last great Little Zechariah album in his current canon. Between the fantastic production on songs like Philanthropist and Geeky, and with great content on songs like A Message to Bobby and Morals, an A tier sounds about right to me. Truly a breath of fresh air for Zech.
Bruh, more like a breath of fresh ass. Let's completely destroy everything that made Little Zechariah work so that he can appeal to the normies of the world.
It's not my favorite, but what the hell, Donald? It's at least an A tier. Come on, bro.
No fucking way. We all know this album is shit. The production is ass. The cohesiveness and lyrical content is non-existent. The whole thing is too bloated. And the worst offender of all is the track 2000s. How the fuck could he think that the 2000s are 2001 to 2011? This just shows that he completely let go of the rails and gave the fuck up. There was no effort given to this record, besides his performance on The Past, but that was only because he was allowed to say wigga. And how the fuck should he even be allowed to say the word wigga? He is Romanian, not Caucasian. This just reminds me of that awful phase he went through where he couldn't decide which ethnicity he was, and he only cared because he wanted to be able to have a racial slur to use. And how many goddamn times can this motherfucker say at the end of the day? I swear on this goddamn album, he uses it like 30 fucking times. It's fucking nuts.
I understand that, but I think the 21-song track list is justifiable. It helps you be immersed in the music and facilitates a sense of adventure and exploration.
Bro, if I wanted to explore, I'd leave my fucking house. When I'm listening to an album, I want to listen to a fucking album, not relive the experiences of a fucking pilgrim. You know what the biggest insult of all is? It's evident he could have made great tracks on this album when you look at songs such as Thank You Zootang and Dark Days, and yet he chose to make this divine piece of shit instead.
God damn, can we finish this tier list already? Just drop it in B tier for fuck's sake.
Is it nap time already, Joe?
Shut the hell up, Donald.
Whatever Down to Earth doesn't deserve this shit. But for the sake of finally finishing this hellish list, I'll put it in B tier.
You know, finally looking at this finished list, it's shit.
Sure fucking is.
Yeah, it's shit.